on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, 14 minutes after the hour, front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is brought to you by Capital One. No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA member FDIC. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Man, there is a lot of excitement around Vice President Kamala Harris. A Republican mayor of a Phoenix suburb has now endorsed Kamala Harris, invoking the name of Arizona political titan John McCain, saying that he's putting country first. Now, he is an Arizona governor named John Giles. He endorsed the vice president in an opinion column in the Arizona Republic, part of the USA Today network. In the endorsement, he strongly rebuked his party's nominee, saying this year too much is at stake to vote Republican. Meanwhile, Ricky, I don't know if you're seeing all of these Zoom calls that are happening for Harris and fundraising efforts. It all started with Win with Black Women. Last night, I believe, White Dudes for Harris. That was the latest Zoom call. And there were 20,000 men on that call, and they said they raised something like $4 million.
Come on now.
Yeah, $4 million. So there is so much excitement around Kamala Harris.
There's people out here that care about the Constitution and they care about democracy. And they don't want to see, they might not agree on all the issues, but they just do not want to see the United States turn into Russia or North Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Special K.
Did y'all see what happened in Florida in the Villages? Villages, the big conservative retirement community.
What happened?
500 golf cart caravan rally for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
In the reddest part of Florida. And
I will say that Florida is back in play. Obama won Florida twice. Yeah. Trust me. We got a shot.
Yeah, a lot of these Republican-leaning states are in play, not just the battleground states. We're seeing just a lot of excitement again around Kamala Harris. So we'll continue to keep you updated. For updates on this story and more headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
What's up there, Maria? Quick update. The USA women's basketball squad dominate Japan in their Olympic opener, 102-76. They're now 56-0 in the Olympics since 1992. Pure dominance. Asia Wilson had 24 points. Breanna Stewart had 22. Total medal count leaders for countries. USA still leading the way at 20 medals. France has 16. Japan has won 12. And as we approach football season, the Dallas Cowboys still has not gotten the deal done with their quarterback, Dak Prescott. He is in camp, but he still has not gotten paid. We're going to see what happens with that, man. That's my quick sports report. Brad, you got the hot spot coming up next.
Yes, I do, and I got some great news about Megan Thee Stallion and Kamala Harris up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Performances by Eric Benet, Christopher Williams, Truth Hurts, and Josh X. Plus, we have the Ladies of Hip Hop concert, The Brat, Moni Love, and Lady Rage. And Sunday is the Praise Break Live concert with Jacqueline Carr and Charles Jenkins. And you can go to RickeySmileyBBB.com, or you can call our travel representatives at 214-495-1963 for questions and more details.
The hot spot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is the bottom of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, the Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Man, Vice President Kamala Harris will have Meg Thee Stallion join her at her rally on today in Atlanta for a special performance. This will be Harris's first appearance in Georgia since President Joe Biden bowed out of the race and endorsed Harris as his replacement. If you're somewhere in Atlanta, traffic is going to be crazy, so you better either get there or get somewhere and stay, because you will be stuck in traffic, because you know they're going to block off all the streets. All right, y'all, moving on. Tupac's family has reportedly decided to investigate the rumors that Diddy was involved in the late rapper's murder. On Monday, TMZ reported that some of Pac's relatives retained a team of investigators and lawyers to look into the recently resurfaced claim from Keefe D that Puff offered to pay him to kill Pac in the 90s. Keefe claimed in a police interview in 2009 that Diddy had offered him $1 million to kill both Suge Knight and Tupac at the height of the bad boy beef with Death Row Records in the mid-90s. The 179-page document states that the former gang member, along with officers from the task force, flew to New York in a bid to corroborate the conspiracy to kill Tupac. Man, Diddy was never charged at the time, but now Pac's family wants to look deeper into things and see if there's anything there. Should they find anything, they do plan to pursue criminal charges. Wow. Moving on, the case involving Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion seemed like it was a done deal, y'all. Tory was found guilty of shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot, in both feet actually, and sentenced to prison as a result. However, it seems that there was one more to the story. Tory Lanez's former driver, Jaquan Smith, recently came forward with an eyewitness account. He recalled driving the vehicle shortly before the 2020 shooting and claimed that he did not see who actually shot Meg Thee Stallion. And his Smith's testimony is now being submitted, that's him, in an attempt to appeal Lanez's prison sentence. He stated that Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, and a woman named Kelsey Harris were arguing in the vehicle. He added that he saw, Harris holding the gun that shot Meg Thee Stallion at one point, and recalled seeing Lanez attempting to disarm the woman. He wrote, "I pulled over to stop them. Then Meg and Ms. Harris both got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, both verbally and physically. Tory and Ms. Harris began struggling as Tory tried to unarm Ms. Harris. The driver notably did not testify during Tory Lanez's trial. He did, however, provide some clarification as to why he's coming forward now. He asserted that the eyewitness testimony he has to offer would have been immensely helpful to Lanez. He explained, "I wanted to present this evidence during Meg's trial, but he was prevented from doing so." He said, "I believe I should have been allowed to present this evidence at trial." What y'all think about that?
Why didn't they let
too
them
much, too
present
little,
the
too
evidence
late.
in trial? Because if that's the difference between somebody going to jail or not, shouldn't that? Why wasn't it presented?
I don't know, but exactly. But if somebody shot me in the feet, I wouldn't know who did it. I would have seen who did it, and I would say who did it. So I think that's what happened. I think Meg Thee Stallion told the truth. Why would she try to even save this so-called friend of hers who turned on her anyway?
Exactly.
So it was only 3 people in the car and the driver. The driver should have said something then. It's
Right.
a little too late right now, in my opinion.
It is.
He's doing this time. They proved it in court, and that's that.
That's that.
That's that.
How much time did he get?
You know what? I don't even
Was it like
know.
10 years or something like that? It was like 10 years.
But that's state time, right, Kay? So he'll just have to do some of it.
I don't know how that works in California.
Okay, me neither. So I don't know what's happening right now in this. And he should have said something before. And if he wasn't able to say nothing before, then go on and just keep your mouth shut. Because what is this helping now? Do y'all think this will help Tory Lanez's trial?
No, he's already in jail.
Right. The trial is over.
Yeah, it take about 2 or 3 years for appeals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You kind of wonder if some private conversations were had for him to come out and say this now.
yeah. Somebody
But that
had
don't do nobody no good for you to say nothing now. I'm like, Brett.
now. Right. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up, why don't y'all hit us up for them wake-up calls? How about that? 866-9-RICKEY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Man, I'm not sure what this man was smoking to think that this was a good idea. But a man in Maine tried to rob a bank from a drive-thru. Yes, this big dummy 41-year-old Jason Arsenault pulled up to the drive-thru of KeyBank while wearing a black winter hat, sunglasses, and a black mask covering his face. He used the bank's tube to send a note to the teller that reads, "Car bomb, no cops, alarms, or we all die, 50,000 in 20s. The teller complied, sending money through the tube, which Arsenault took before driving away. Detectives used surveillance cameras to track the vehicle's movements until they were able to capture a surveillance image of him without his mask on. 6 days after the robbery, he was arrested in Portland. He faces up to 20 years in prison and a fine up to $250,000. 6 days, he probably thought he had got away by then, and they caught up to him. Why would you go to a bank got every camera?
Every.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Y'all
Rocky.
ain't...
Yeah, man. That's creative.
Earthquake said this dude was so dumb he put the gun and the note in the drawer. Said this here stick 'em upper.
It's pretty dumb right there, dog.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you remember what Earthquake said that on Cover You?
Yeah.
He said he put the gun and the note in the drawer. This he'll stick them up. We got to find it. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
When you broke enough, everything seemed like a good idea.
Right.
World's dumbest criminals.
Whenever black people say, hey, this is all we got to do, that means your ass going to jail.
Yep.
Hold it.
He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary's Tea is being brought to you by the Rickey Smiley Birthday Beach Blowout going down August the 9th through the 11th in Hollywood Beach, Florida. That's next weekend, I think.
It sure is.
Yeah, that's coming up on us, y'all. Eric Benet, Christopher Williams, Truth Hurts, Josh X, The Brat gonna be there, Moni Love, Lady of Rage, Jacqueline Carr, Charles Jenkins for the Praise Break on Sunday. Listen, you can go to RickySmileyBBB.com or you can call our travel representative at 214-495-1963 for questions and more details. What up, Gary?
Hey, I saw me a cute blouse yesterday. I said, I'm going to have to get it, honey, for Florida.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Tiffany Haddish. Baby, these girls are angry with Tiffany Haddish. They said Miss Haddish insulted, honey, the Africans, honey, when she expressed her surprise at the African Beautiful grocery store. Here's what Tiffany had to say.
Hey y'all, so I'm out here in Zimbabwe, in Harare, and look at the grocery store. They got a grocery store.
What she mean?
She didn't know they had a grocery store in Africa.
Yeah. Where they get groceries?
People think Africa is just
No, she probably, she probably
giraffes
They said this.
Walking around with spears.
National Geographic.
Yeah, they said, baby, she expected to see huts, honey, and dirt roads. But they said Miss Tiffany should have known better. They said her daddy, damn it, was a Eaterian Jew or whatever that is. They say, honey, she'd been talking about it for the longest. And so they say, so why would she not know they have grocery stores in Africa?
And she reporting it back like it's the news.
Yes!
Duh.
Yeah, somebody on X said what they think. They think here that they visiting the jungle with hunters and gatherers when they come to Africa. And another person wrote, Tiffany, this ain't the time to be a comedian, honey. It does not make you look bright. And they say somebody was sending her. Some people say that's why Carmen left her. Because, honey, and got with Jennifer because Jennifer was a little bit more cultured and what have you. But nevertheless, honey, let's keep Tiffany.
Don't say that.
That's not true.
Well, I'm just telling you what the people saying, honey. So, honey, she just can't be going out there saying that, honey. You can't bring people if you don't know they got grocery stores in Africa. That's ridiculous.
Some parts of Africa is like she thinks, though, with the animals and the, when you drive further out and not in the city form of Africa, you will see that stuff. They have safaris and all that, where it's just like dirt and desert and stuff, and it's just people like the town of Soweto. It's very poor, and it's like little box houses and
really,
yeah, it's areas like that. So some people that have never been there think it's like what they see on National Geographic. They don't really see the city part.
They just see women walking around, honey, breastfeeding their children.
There's areas like that in South Dallas. They close over there by Redbird Mall. Hey, Kay, what's all the malls that are closed? Yeah, Big T Bazaar, Carol's Mart in Miami.
Oh, help us, Lord. Moving on.
Redbird getting the facelift, boy.
And other celebrity news, y'all.
For real. Yes, sir.
They say first, honey, y'all, it was Tiffany Haddish, honey, insulting Africa. Now they say, baby, Miss Ice Spice then insulted the British people, honey, by disparaging their food. Now, she did an interview, honey, recently. They said the Culture Vulture rapper is seen tasting a crumpet, y'all, for the first time. Now, if y'all know what a crumpet is here, what it is. A crumpet, y'all, is a British snack that is usually eaten with butter or jam. Now, they're saying, y'all, that crumpets are crispy on the outside and moist and chewy on the inside. They say, and they taste delicious with a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea.
Like
they say, well, after taking a bite of the
crumpet.
Huh?
Y'all never had a crumpet?
I ain't never had a crumpet. It sounds cute because I thought crumpets were grand. I thought the grand girls only ate tea and crumpets. That's what they. But nevertheless, they're saying after taking
we got
a bite
crackers, we got Ritz.
Yeah, we got Ritz and
you doing real
saltines.
good if you got some club crackers. You rich if you got club crackers.
You
in the
sure
black
is
family.
rich, honey. For
But
club,
if you broke,
honey.
your family got saltine.
Okay, that's right, baby. Those girls in the white box.
If you're middle class, you got Ritz.
Mm-hmm. And that's true, honey. But anyway, look, Ricky, they say after taking a bite of the crumpet, honey, with a bit of Marmite spread, they say Ice Spice spit it out and declared it was disgusting. They say people was living with her. They say Ice Spice should be grateful, honey, that she got the chance to even eat healthy, preservative-free food, honey, for the first time in her life.
Gary. She be eating packaged snacks and stuff. Yeah. Got some real food.
Baby, they letting these girls have it.
Well, we get a small version of crumpet every first Sunday at church.
Yeah. And you know, Rick, I love mine too, because I sure chew it before I drink the blood, honey. I sure do.
Yes,
I
son.
chew my little
Yes,
cracker.
son. We don't miss first Sunday now. We got to go get communion.
Gotta go get communion.
And if you're sick in the hospital, a good church will bring you to the hospital. They sure will. Yes, son. I know it was the blood for me. One day when I was lost, he died up on the cross. I know it was the blood for me. Come on now. Come on, Brett.
Yes.
Yes,
Nothing
Jesus.
but the blood.
Drinking of the wine, the wine. Y'all don't know nothing about that, boy.
Which
Go
one?
ahead, girl.
I didn't hear that. No,
That's old school. That's old school communion song, drinking of the wine. Come on
Oh,
now.
really? We never say that one.
Oh, yeah.
But the blood.
Y'all can call us up there. They'll call you up and tell you 866-9 Ricky. They'll sing it for you.
Okay. All right, but anyway, the color today, baby, they girls, I just can't get over. They read this girl talking about she should be happy. This dude was Paul yesterday, and now you got some change, honey. You spitting out these girls' crumpets.
Queen Elizabeth is rolling in her
Yes,
grave.
she didn't rolled over. How does she? The color today, y'all, is Cocoa Melon. On the high end, you say Cocoa Melon, and on the low end, you say beautiful green. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the T. Time for the wake-up calls. Y'all get at me 866-9 Ricky.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get it together. He woke you up this morning. Sleep you in your house. You go with me. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know what you call it from? So come on and tell us and just wake up.
This is Doris Bates. I'm calling from West Columbia, South Carolina. Wake up call for Kabelia, Amelia, Pam, and Amaria, and Mark. Wake up.
Yeah, Baltimore. I'll give a wake-up call to my son, all in California. I'll give a wake-up call to my daughter in North Carolina, A&T. And give a wake-up call to my wife, Letitia. Wake up.
Good morning. My name is Amy Tyson, calling from Canton, Ohio. I'd like to wake up the whole city of Canton, Akron, and Cleveland. Wake up.
Wake up. If you listening on your radio. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know.
Let them know then.
Say Gainesville, wake up.
Where you at?
Meridian, wake up.
Let's go.
And Greenwood, wake up. Wake up. Where you at, Dallas? Wake up.
Dallas.
And Chicago, wake up.
ATL.
Wake up.
You up, I'm Ricky.
All right, y'all, I got a hilarious prank phone call for the one and only Roy Wood Jr. Up next. You don't want to miss it, y'all. 23.
Hello? Yeah, Chuck Walker. I need to speak with the parents of this Victor and that Dietrich boy.
Who is this?
This is Chuck Walker. I stay right around the corner from here, over here in Central Park.
Uh-huh.
Is this Mama?
Yes.
What's your name, ma'am?
Miss Earl.
Now, have you been with your boys for the most part?
Was my boys with me?
Or are they in your side all day?
All the time I'm at home and they're off with me. They're playing down the street.
I stay about 3 blocks over from you there. I come home and I catch my daughter with one of your boys.
A daughter with one of my boys?
Yes, ma'am. My daughter, I'll be damned if they weren't right up there wrapped up in that damn couch in that blanket.
Not my boys.
Well, ma'am,
So you must got my boys mixed up.
I asked them.
My boys don't do that. Do nothing like that I know of.
And you know, and the other one was standing there butt naked with a condom on. I guess he was waiting for his turn or something.
Okay, where did you stay? Because I'm at home. I could come around there.
Well, man, I'm not interested in meeting up with you right now because anybody who raised children like that, I really am not.
Well, you raise yours, and mine don't wear nothing no cover with yours. So you get yours straight, and I get mine straight. Come here, Dad.
Ma'am, don't, ma'am. We're handling this right now. You and
I'm
me,
finna
right?
handle mine too, but you tell me where you stay, and I'll bring mine right, because mine's never out my sight.
First off, sweetheart, your volume is a little bit too intense with me.
Yes, it is, because you lied on my boys.
Well, man, I'd appreciate if you give me the respect that a white man's due.
You give me my respect. I'm a black woman.
No, ma'am. I'm a
Matter of fact, don't call my fucking house, boy. I'll bring the police round now.
Ma'am, you don't want to bring none, because I'm a
yes,
good old
I do,
George.
because I want to find out what the fuck going on.
No, ma'am.
Come here, Dad. Who is your girl?
My daughter, Tabitha. She's a good, sweet hostess.
That's right. Come here.
No, man, we'll talk to the boys in a second.
Who is Tabitha?
Now, Miss Earl, right now, what I'm trying to find out from you, because, I can suggest some counseling.
They got you on camera. You and your brother talking about touching on something good.
Getting it on.
No, I ain't worried about man's getting it on, baby. You got mine.
Well, and you need to tell them, you need to take better care of them boys and
you need to take care of your girl, because mine ain't fucking. You better find out who's fucking your daughter, because mine ain't.
No, my daughter don't give up the booty like that now. My daughter
I don't know who yours giving it up to, baby, but it ain't my two. And I know damn well mine ain't fucking.
Oh, yeah, baby, they are. They fucking like rabbits. You need to
find out who the bitch is, baby, because it ain't mine.
I tell you this much, they ain't got no magic stick, because my daughter wasn't even pleased. You could look at the tape and tell she was faking it.
Where do you stay, sir?
And if I see
come around there to your house.
If I see him back around here,
nigga, mine don't come that way, baby. Mine don't come nowhere but on my street.
Ain't gonna
in my house.
If I see him around here again, it's gonna be asses to whoop, sweetie.
Well, then you bring your ass round this way.
Sweetie,
I'm standing on the goddamn porch now.
You can get your ass whooped too, Miss Earl. I don't give a damn.
Around this corner.
Sweetheart,
whoever the fuck your white ass is, bitch.
Baby,
you don't know me. Bring your ass on and bring Tabitha hot ass with you.
Look here, man. My daughter don't give it up to nobody, especially no black.
You don't know what your daughter doing when she ain't around you.
I told her not to give it up.
Well, mine ain't
I told her don't give it up to no blackies. I said if you don't give it up to nobody else, don't you give it up.
I'm finna cut this honky out. Man, don't go nowhere. You know that. I ain't even finna talk to you.
Dayla don't touch no blackies.
Whoever you is.
My daughter.
You stay around the street.
Ma'am.
Your daughter around the corner, baby, because mine don't go around no corner. You say you got him on camera, right?
No, your son was running the camera. That's what I'm telling you.
My son ain't got no goddamn camera.
I guess they got the one from my daughter then.
Well, then your daughter tell your daughter is
freaking
woman, baby. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all, Chicken and Waffle Mix going down with John Lyon on the 1-2. Hey, we are 10 days away from our birthday beach blowout, August the 9th through the 11th in Hollywood, Florida. Performances by Eric Benet, Christopher Williams, Truth Hurts, and Josh X. Plus, we got the ladies of hip-hop. Man, we got our very own Debrat, Moni Love, and Lady of Rage. And Sunday is a Praise Break live concert with Jacqueline Carr and Charles Jenkins. And you can go to RickySmileyBBB.com or you can call our travel representatives at 214-495-1963 for questions and more details.
I hear you.
Brad.
What?
When I'm on the microphone, John, when I'm on the microphone, put on a sweater. Because I'm colder than a polar bear's toenail. You know how cold that is, Brett?
No.
Put some respect on my name.
All right.
Andre 3000.
Yeah. Brett.
What?
Brett.
What?
Put on a sweater when I'm on the microphone.
Oh, God.
Joker cold, Brett.
Because I'm colder than a polar bear's toenail.
Lord God, please don't say that.
Bars.
You heard me? Please put some respect on my name. Brett.
Give him his respect.
Man, my feelings, John.
Yeah, yo.
Man, that song got me in my feelings, man.
Man, I feel like we need to launch your rap career ASAP.
What?
ASAP.
Hey, John.
ASAP. Yeah.
A messed up childhood is not the way I am. It's got me in a state where I don't give a damn. Somebody kill me, but no, they don't hear me, though. I guess I be another victim of the ghetto. John. Sign me up, boy.
We're going straight to the top. If this comedy thing don't work out, yo, we're going straight rap.
Let's go to the phone. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Who is this?
This Black Tony, but I'm not good right now. I'm not good right now. I'm not even
going to
lie.
bring the show down. Everything was happy. Y'all just did a mix. Me and Brad was just back and forth.
I know. Cuz I know, but I'm so confused right now. My life upside down right now.
What happened,
my whole world.
You're not coming to work?
I'm not thinking about work or nothing else right now. My life upside down right now. I don't know what to do.
Let me ask you something. You blew up my boy Fred.
Yep.
And Coach Red. You told him that. Talk to your boy Rick. Give me another chance to get, to be back on the radio because you was out here in the streets. So we tried to pull you back in to help you. Today Tuesday, man.
But this is what you need to understand. So the last night was Monday. So I got drunk. I get drunk on Monday night. I don't know if you know that or not. But I get slizzled.
What you was drinking?
Night. Tito's and Hen Dog and Crown.
Oh, that was, I think Brett be drinking that.
No, we mix it all up. We mix it up. Tequila whip. We mix up white and brown.
No, you don't do that.
Hen Dog. Yeah, Tito's, Hen Dog, and Crown soda and Kool-Aid.
Wait a minute, y'all mixed up what?
Tito's, Hen Dog, and Crown. And we call it a suicide.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you something.
Brett, is that a real drink?
I ain't never heard of that.
Let me tell you something. I got so drunk last night. And little shouty came over on the trap. And I'm not gonna lie, shouty, I was so tore up. And we went to bed together. And it was amazing, shouty. I'm talking about I probably said I love you 17 times last night.
Yeah.
And we went to bed hugging and snuggled up.
Yeah.
And I was so drunk, I don't know what happened, but I know something happened. Good. I ain't never felt that much love, and I ain't never felt that much in my life, shawty, and all I know is I want her to be a part of my life.
Yeah.
But then I got up this morning.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I'm finna get ready to go to work. And I hear her in the bathroom. And I go in there to give her a big kiss and tell her I'm on my way to work.
Yeah.
Hold on. She was standing up here.
Black Tony, your lunch is ready.
Grandson, 4 years old, walked up to me and said, "Granddad, what's an erection?" I said, "Go ask your grandmother." That's why I said, y'all got to be careful about these sisters. He came back smiling. I said, "Well, what did she say?" She told me that she would tell me later, but for me to tell you, she hasn't seen one of them things around the house in years.
Hold it!
He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the tea. It's Gary, baby.
All right, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. In the words of Besta, congratulations. I thought it would have been me standing here with you. Congratulations. And I'm saying congratulations to Destiny's Child singer LaToya Luckett. If y'all haven't heard the wonderful news, it's being reported that she was married this past weekend. What? Yes, now according to sources. Yes, wait a minute, it's right. They're saying according to sources out there saying LaToya and honey, her new husband jumped the broom at the elegant La Tresiae in Houston. They're saying tons of celebrities were in attendance, including Miss Tina Knowles, Kelly Rowland, and other celebrities. Now they're saying that, there are not too many pictures surfacing right now regarding this wedding because Miss Luckett made sure that she had surrendered all the phones at the door. Now they're saying, y'all, that people wonder, well, who's her husband? They're saying, well, LaToya and her new husband are very private. They do not post about each other on social media, and there's sparse details about her new husband. Now, if she met the guy that I met, I saw him in the Galleria recently, and he's a nice guy, and LaToya is such a nice guy. Matter of fact, I texted her recently, but I didn't know she was married. But now they're saying he's not in the music industry neither. Yes. They said now her first husband, honey, she was married to, he was a motivational speaker. His name was Rob Hill Sr., and they married, and their marriage lasted 2 beautiful months. And they're saying her second marriage was to entrepreneur Thomas Walker, and they lasted 3 years, and they have 2 kids together. So congratulations to LaToya and her new husband, honey, because she definitely deserves
and
love.
Good for her for keeping it private, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, she learned from the first 2 relationships. Everybody ain't got to know all the details of your marriage.
Exactly, so, honey, she's a beautiful woman. I love LaToya. She's a very sweet girl, honey, so congratulations to her. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, congratulations to Phaedra Parks. I don't know if y'all heard the wonderful news. Phaedra will be joining Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. Now, they're saying after much speculation, Ms. Parks is filming for the 16th season of the Real Housewives. Now, they're saying, that Phaedra made the announcement from her Instagram page. She said, quote, "You called, She said, I answered. Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. And she wrote alongside a picture of her, standing, y'all, on the steps of her private jet surrounded by luggage holding a peach. So, go Miss Page. This girl got two chicks on. She did Married to Medicine, and she's doing Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. She got a slew of Louis Vuitton luggage at the stairs of this beautiful private jet. So, congratulations to Phaedra, honey. It's amazing how, you can make all this money, do all these different shows and stuff or what have you, and, go from one show to the next one, honey. So congratulations to her. And then my final story, y'all, this is a very touching story, y'all. Rick Ross, y'all, they say he recently celebrated, y'all, the end of his child support payments to Miss Tia Kemp. But they're saying now, honey, she wants the rapper to just pay $200,000, y'all, for their son's college tuition. Isn't that beautiful? She said, I ain't playing, honey. I need you to call your daddy right now. You tell him. She said, you screenshot this right now, honey. She said, that's what she said. And she put that in the clip, honey. So she just asked him,
What college is $200,000?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of colleges.
And how you going to make all that back when you get a job?
Yeah.
They say USC is a high like that.
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not a community college, y'all. That's a regular college.
USC?
Yeah.
No, that's
How much was your college tuition, Gary? What school you went to?
I went to Northwood University in Cedar Hill, Texas, where I received my bachelor's of business management. And they garnished $50,000 for me, so I don't know how much it really cost, but I know I owed that much out to
Have you paid them off?
Oh, yeah, I paid them off when they took it out of my check. You remember, honey, Human Resources, honey, on the job told them that I worked, and they took the money. Because I told them I wasn't working. And they found out, honey, and they took
Was
all
that
my
before you
change.
got fired the first time from the radio station?
Hey, guys.
Oh, he's leaving.
No, I'm just trying to see that they take the
I think that was after my first.
When you started on
departure.
this morning show, but when you was first working at the other radio station.
Yeah.
When
that
you
was
when you was working for Steve, was they taking it out of that check?
They wasn't taking it out then. Honey.
What about when you was working when George was your manager?
No, but they were taking it out when your friend, honey, you know who your friend was, upstairs in Human Resource, told him I was working.
Told him the one that came from H-Town?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No. No. B.
Huh?
B.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So did you celebrate when they took out the final payment for your student loans?
No, I didn't celebrate. Hell,
I mean, they weren't going to take it out anymore. So
yeah, I don't know, but I forgot. I don't even remember when they finished, but I know they sure took it out though, honey. They took it all out, and honey, and that's why I'm mad now about when they talking about letting all y'all go to college for free. If I had to pay, if I had to pay them, everybody needs to pay, and that's that. The Kalua today, honey, is our favorite. Kalua today is Cocoa Melon. On the high end, you say Cocoa Melon.
Cocoa
and on
Melon.
the low end, you say green. That's right. That's for true, baby. That's this color. So that's the Kalua for the day.
Oh, y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Losing innocent lives at the hands of law enforcement has been an ongoing issue in the United States. Recent events, especially the death of Sonia Massey, who have opened up the conversation about how black people interact with police officers, especially those of a different race.
Yeah, Ricky. So far this year, police have killed 760 people in the United States, according to mappingpoliceviolence.org. And black Americans are 2.9 times more likely to be killed by the police than white Americans. So people are now changing the way they interact with law enforcement, especially when the officer is white.
Wow, that's crazy. 760 people.
Yeah.
You know, Emmanuel Acho, a former black NFL player and now sports analyst, opened up an uncomfortable conversation about white officers and how black people interact with black cops versus white cops. And here's a part of that conversation.
Do police officers make you nervous?
Heck yes.
What if it was a black police officer?
Nah, it's different. Black people often navigate white spaces as a foreigner. Yeah, I would say that proximity breeds care and distance breeds fear. And I think one of the issues in our society is there's not enough proximity between people who don't look like each other. And because there's not enough proximity, there's a lack of care or lack of empathy. And there is a heightened amount of fear.
This morning we have civil rights attorney Ben Crump on to talk with us about the Sonia Massey case and how black people should navigate coming in contact with white police officers. Good morning. You are representing Sonia Massey and her family in the case against the police officer that took her life. The officer responsible for this tragedy was fired and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct in Massey's death. Ben, so good to have you this morning. Thank you. We know you got a crazy schedule, but we are so happy to have you. What has it been like working on this case among other cases?
Yeah, Ricky, thank you for always speaking truth to power for our people and educating us and engaging us and empowering us. And right now, we absolutely have to be engaged to get justice for Sonia Massey because, Ricky, this truly is one of, if not the worst, police shooting video I have ever seen. I mean, Sonia Massey is all of 5'1", 5'2", weighs about 110 pounds. The guy who killed her, this cop, this never should have been cop, was 240 pounds, 6'4", twice her size, and she never threatened him. She never was aggressive. I mean, you watch the video for yourself, Ricky, and I encourage everybody to watch this video because she called 911 because she thought there was a prowler trying to break in her house. They checked. There's no prowler that they could find, and somehow he wants her identification, comes in the house, and then tells her to go get the boiling pot of water, turn it off, and so forth. And when she goes over there, he's talking about, well, we don't want the steaming hot water or anything. And she said, I'm not the steaming hot water. And she picks it up, and he's like, you be careful with that. And she says simply, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And she is about 8 feet away from him, and she's not threatening him with the water or anything like that. And he says, huh? And she says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he says, no effing you won't. I will shoot you in your effing face. And then Rickey Smiley, he moves closer to her. He takes 2-3 steps around the counter. I believe an objective observer will say he did that to get a better shot on her, and then he shoots her in the face. The partner, after they say F-bombs, knowing they messed up, the partner says, let me get my CPR kit out the car. And he, with no remorse, Rickey Smiley, says, no need for that. It's a headshot. She's gone. And then later in the video, he says, just let her effing, and he stops short of saying die, but you can finish the statement yourself. And then after all of that, when all the officers start showing up, he walks out the house, and they say, are you good? And he says, I'm good. The effing B was crazy. While Sonia Massey, and they blurred it out, I saw the entire video. She is on the ground. The officer has the towel on her face, and blood is spewing out of her face. I mean, it just keeps coming for about 3 minutes, and he never offered any assistance to her after he shot her in her face. And so we are shocked today that the police union filed a grievance on his behalf saying he was terminated without cause. I don't know what video they saw.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, the police union has filed a grievance in support of him, talking about it was justified in self-defense.
And they want him compensated for lost wages. They want him reinstated and all of these things. Attorney Crump, I do have a question for you about the first-degree murder charge because we really want this guy to be held accountable. Can you give us the definition of first-degree murder? Because my understanding is that it involves premeditation. And how easy is that going to be to prove in this case? Was that the right charge?
Well, I think it was the right charge, only in this sense. They always charge us with the top of the scale when they charge black people. And then they include the lesser included. So the jury will have a decision whether to do first degree, second degree, third degree, manslaughter, all those things. But the reason I think this is easily to prove first degree, whether the jury does it or not, because it's going to be a majority white jury. And I do believe, like George Floyd, he's going to be convicted as long as we know that the police union is going to be fighting for him. They've already stated that. And the reason first-degree murder, I think, is going to be able to be proved is because he steps closer to her. If he was in fear of his life, you know, Ricky, Brett, he would have stepped back. He could have stepped back. There was nothing stopping him from stepping back. But he engaged, and that's what the state attorney's investigation found, that he engaged her. He got closer to her. So if you're getting closer, you stepping around a counter, you know, yeah, that sounds like you intending to shoot or do something to her. Why would you step closer to her with your gun drawn? And when she was staring down the barrel of his gun, she said, "Sorry, sir, sorry," and ducked down. And we got the autopsy back now. And the most important thing about the autopsy, in my opinion, is that it shows, and it corroborates the video, he shot down Rickey Smiley in a downward trajectory while she was coming up from the stoop after she said, "I'm sorry." He shot down, the bullet went under her left eye and came out of the back of her neck under her ear, showing it was a downward trajectory. You see in the video, he braced his arm to shoot down. The investigation from the state attorney's office found that, one, he engaged her, two, that he shot down at her, and they said under no circumstances should he have been using necessary deadly force in that matter. Even though she wasn't throwing the water at him, and that's good, but even if she was, they said that's not justification for using deadly force. And so this is bad. I appeal to you, Rick. I appeal to my sister, the Brad, everybody on your show who got influence. Y'all, let's not take it for granted that this killer cop is going to be held accountable. When they kill black women, it's hardly ever convictions. You know, Breonna Taylor still ain't got a conviction. We're going to have a second trial on Breonna at the end of the year. And so Sonia Massey, we have to fight for her. We got to say her name. She has a 17-year-old son, Ricky, who was the first one notified, and they never told him it was the police that shot his mother. They just called him and said she had been shot. And they kept almost suggesting that it was somebody else, like a prowler, even though they knew it was the police from day one. Him and Breonna and Sonia case have similarities because, remember, they didn't tell Breonna's mother that it was the police that shot her daughter when she went there, too. And she has a 15-year-old daughter named Summer, and we got to pray for these children because her son is very angry, and I would be, too. I mean, shot his mother in the face. She has some mental health issues. She needed a helping hand. She did not need a bullet in the face. And if she was a white woman, he would have never shot her.
Not at all. And Ben, that's why this immunity thing that Donald Trump is talking about, getting rid of immunity, because had he been president, this man would not have been charged. Is that correct?
100%. He's talking about complete immunity for all police. And so that's why we certainly have a choice. Vice President Kamala Harris, our friend, she called the family. She talked to them. We were on the Zoom for about 30 minutes. She was crying with Malachi, Matthew, her son, her father, who said he had a quadruple bypass surgery in 2022. And he said if he had not had that new heart and had his old heart, he said when he saw that video, he believed he would have died watching his daughter be killed so senselessly like that. And the fact, Rickey Smiley, his history, this officer had went to 6 different jobs in 4 years. He had been reprimanded at 2 of them. I mean, there's no way he should have been hired. He had 2 DUI convictions. He had been not discharged honorably. They had serious violations when he left the Army. So all of these were red flags. But yet they just kept hiring him, and that's what they do. You get in trouble in one department, they let you come to another department until you kill one of us, and then they say, oh, we didn't know he was a bad cop. No, the warning signs was everywhere. If this was a black person with DUI convictions and this checkered past, they never would have gave him a gun.
Wouldn't even got a job at a fast food restaurant with all that on their record.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, we got the one and only Ben Crump on with us, attorney Ben Crump, who's handling Sonia Massey's case. If you don't know, Sonia Massey was shot in the face by a police officer. She was unarmed, and the police has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Ben, one of the things I want you to clear up for everybody is what to do when they come in contact with a white police officer, and they feel like he might be racist or a threat to them.
You know, that is a very probative question, Ricky, because the award-winning actress Viola Davis said something that was profound after she saw the Sonia Massey video. She said, I wonder if Sonia Massey would have been better off dealing with the prowler than calling the police. And that is a very deep thought, because the police, who were supposed to be there to protect and serve her, shot her in the head. And so it's such an unfair question, because white citizens don't have to be concerned about how do I make sure the police don't kill me when I call them for assistance. It should be the trained professionals, the people who we have employed and empowered with a gun and a badge, and giving them the discretion to use necessary up to deadly force. And so it is not right that black people have to be determining how do I make sure that I show you that I am a citizen, that a law-abiding citizen, that I'm no threat to you. I'm not anybody who you have to use excessive force. I'm not anybody you have to brutalize. Why can't you see me as an American citizen like you see white citizens? And so the onus has to be on teaching the police constantly with implicit bias training, making sure we get rid of bad cops. This guy should have never been hired. But, Ricky, to answer your question directly, because I don't want to be a lawyer and sidestep your question, we have to make sure that our people are engaged in those communities. They have to go down to City Hall meeting. They have to challenge the mayor. Every election is important. I know we all are engaged to go vote for Kamala Harris and make history by electing her as the first woman president of the United States. However, we also have to be engaged on the local elections, the down ballot elections.
Right, Ben.
Because the city commission, all of them decide who the police chief is. And if the police chief hire police officers who don't respect us and kill us, then we got to get them out of office. So the best way to deal with police is be proactive. Say, we want good policing. Go down to city commission, Rickey Smiley, and you say, all right, we want to know how many people have complained about excessive force and what's the racial makeup of that. What are the demographics of who the police are engaging in excessive force? Another big question, who the police arresting and locking up? If we the minorities in the city and y'all is locking us up the majority of the time, then, Mr. Mayor, I think that leadership starts at the top. You and your police chief need to deal with that. How many young people are you direct filing? Are you only charging young black men as adults and not anybody else? Well, we got a problem with that. So it starts at the top, us being proactive, Rickey Smiley. That was a great question, Attorney Rickey Smiley.
Hey man, we talk all the time, Ben. Kay, you was finna throw something?
Yeah, I want to know how many of these cops are being looked at for their background and their affiliations with people like the Proud Boys and the 3%ers and these other white supremacist groups. I feel like a lot of them, regardless of their training, they're there for that purpose, to brutalize and to kill black people when they can.
You right. You onto something big there, and it's shameful that in 2024 we're having to deal with it. But there's an organization that reaches out to me. It's called In Plain Sight. It's these young liberal people who are risking their lives literally by exposing officers who have affiliations with white supremacist groups, and they say it is prolific in law enforcement. And so we do have to deal with those people who are out there trying to hurt black people, who don't see us as equal citizens, see us as second-class citizens, see us as inferior people. The Department of Justice talked about that as well when they said white supremacy is the greatest threat to the democracy and the tranquility of America. So that is very real, and we have to also be proactive on that. We need to go to these websites and see, in my city, in my county, are there white supremacists on the force? Because I think you'll be surprised when you dig deep how many of these guys have affiliations with that, and they're the people who on a dark road pulling you over. So we got to be real serious about this. We got to be proactive. If we say Black Lives Matter, we got to act like it.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, I ain't mean to cut you off. We got to get you back on because we have to have a conversation about that and finding these people and exposing them, because hell, they're more dangerous than the whole purpose of calling a police officer to begin with. You know, that's calling somebody bad to handle somebody bad.
You're absolutely right. But Ricky, let me thank you and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show family, man. This conversation is important. I'm sure I'm going to get 100 calls and texts just because we had the conversation and we raised awareness. And so that's what you do, Rick, on a regular basis, man. I love you for it. I love our conversations when we joke and laugh, and then we get serious and talk about important issues of empowering our community by engaging them and educating them. And the last thing I'll say, Ricky, as I looked at that video, I thought about people like you. When she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, people who were raised by praying grandmamas and so forth, we know when you say that, it's almost like she had a premonition when that officer got there. She came to the door talking about, God, help me. And then when she was on the couch, she was asking for a Bible. She said, I need my Bible. And then when she went to that pot, she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, as if she knew. She had a premonition that this cop was going to harm her.
She was dealing with a devil.
Calling on Jesus. Yeah.
I had I got to tell you this, and it's a coincidence we having this conversation because I did karaoke last night at the Dania Beach Improv in Hollywood, Florida, and I had a police officer from a police department. She slid me her number. She said, call me. She said, it's some stuff going on that I seen, and I'm finna go find her number right now, Ben, I'm gonna give it to you. She said, I'm a police officer, and she's like in the upper. She said, it's some stuff that I'm seeing, Ricky. We got to talk about it, and I'm going to need your help. And she walked up to me when I was getting ready to get off stage, and when the show ended, and we had a real conversation. And she said, it's a lot going on. And being, Florida, that's your hometown. Yeah. But we're going to reach out to her and talk to her. Ben, real quick, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Yeah, so add Attorney Crump on social media, or you can go to the website at bencrump.com. And Rick, a lot of white officers, I want to give credit where credit is due. You look at my social media, Instagram, a lot of white officers have been speaking up in support of Sonia Massey. So we do have a lot of good white allies out there, but there are some bad apples, but we got a lot of good white ally cops who are standing up as well.
There it is. Hey, love you, Ben, and I appreciate everything you do. Love you, for real, man.
Hey, all my love, peace, and happiness, Rickey Smiley.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
News headlines,
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
26 minutes after the top of the hour. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is at front page time. Maria Moore, what's happening?
Good morning, Rock T. The front page is brought to you by Bounce Dryer Sheets. More freshness, more softness, less static, less wrinkles. Try Bounce. It's the sheet. Good morning, RSMS family. That's a good marketing right there.
What they did
I love that.
That's cute.
It's the sheet.
Be careful when you say that one.
Okay.
That's why I said it real slow. Here's what's happening in news. Roy Cooper on Monday said it isn't the right time for him to join a national ticket. As a source is familiar with the discussions told CNN, the North Carolina governor had removed himself from consideration as Kamala Harris's running mate. Who are your top two at this point now?
Josh Shapiro, who's the Pennsylvania governor, very important swing state, very popular, young, dynamic governor. He's my number one pick. And right behind him would maybe be the dark horse, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Well, they said that decision may be coming very soon as August 7th, according to two people familiar with the matter. So we shall see. In other political news, Joe Biden has criticized the extreme opinions of the Supreme Court as he proposed sweeping reforms, including the removal of life appointments. So Mr. Biden has proposed an 18-year term for justices and an enforceable ethics code to restore trust and accountability. I think that's great.
That's a good thing.
No one should have a job forever.
Yeah, with no standards and no rules and no ethics and no oversight.
Right. So we'll see what comes of that. And then lastly, experts have warned against passport photo glow-ups, which could make it more difficult for flyers to, get cleared at immigration checkpoints. Y'all know what a glow-up is? You get all glam for your passport photo, but you don't show up to the airport looking like that.
Yeah.
And they said, that ain't you.
Yeah. Stop treating your passport photo like your Facebook profile, because a lot of y'all don't look like your Facebook pictures either.
Right. They said if the passport photo doesn't mirror the actual traveler, you might have to go through additional security vetting procedures. So make sure they look alike. Either put on some makeup or just put on that dusty face when you take that passport photo.
There you go.
I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more stories and headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Well, shout out to the U.S. Olympics, man. The team, we're in Paris, of course, doing big things. Total medal count right now. USA is still in the lead with 20 total medals. France is in second with 16. Japan has 12. USA women's basketball squad dominated Japan in their Olympic opener yesterday, 102-76. They now 56-0 in the Olympics since 1992. Asia Wilson had 24 points. Breanna Stewart had 22. And speaking of Asia, her and Steph Curry officially are amongst many star athletes who are endorsing our sister VP Kamala Harris.
She's my soror, so obviously we're going to all be standing behind her in that sense. And this is a big election.
Vice President Harris is primed to bring her energy to this campaign, and hopefully, if she's on the ticket winning the election, like it's a big deal.
Big deal, man. What is not a big deal is Coco Gauff, tennis superstar. She lost in the third round.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. She's eliminated from singles competition at Paris Olympics. She still got a shot to get a gold medal in the doubles competition, but, yeah, she got a little bit emotional. She started crying a little bit after that match, man. She jumped out the box on fire, like run the first 4 games of the set, and then she just kind of fell apart after that. So
and Naomi Osaka's out also, is she?
Yeah, man.
Man.
It's not looking good for tennis.
It really hurts, Rock, when you get that close to winning, and then you just I can remember my college. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, please don't entertain that.
No, but you got a point, man. You work so hard to get to the Olympics, and you get there, but that's the best of the world, man. It's a whole nother level out there at the Olympics. That's my quick sports report right there. Follow me on social media, ladies and gentlemen, at Rock T Holla. Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and this hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
29 minutes before the top of the hour. Good morning, Briggity Tack.
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Oh, man, it is with sadness in my heart that I have to say R.I.P. to actress and friend to the show and Dish Nation, Erica Ash, known for her role in the Starz dramedy Survivor's Remorse. Oh, man, she has passed away, and she was just 46 years old, y'all. She also appeared on sketch comedy shows like Mad TV, The Big Gay Sketch Show, as well as BT's Real Husbands of Hollywood. Man, we love her, and we're going to miss her. She was such a beacon of light when she was around all of us. Every time she came around, she made us laugh and smile, and she made our hearts feel good. So R.I.P. to her, and we are sending prayers and condolences to her family. That is so sad to be so young. Gary, did you want to say anything? Because we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be missed. I mean, when you and I both found out about it yesterday, we were like, what? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
she was so loved. I mean, I never got a chance to meet her, but to see like actresses like Viola Davis and Niecy Nash and such endearing photos and poses together, not just your standard stand next to you type.
Right.
She had real connections with people. Oh,
she
so
was
sad.
Sweet and funny.
She was
46 is so young.
Yeah, that hit me like a dagger. All right, y'all. Moving on. Vice President Kamala Harris will have Meg Thee Stallion join her at the rally on today in Atlanta for a special performance. This will be Harris's first appearance in Georgia since President Joe Biden bowed out of the race and endorsed Harris as his replacement. It is going to be epic tonight. I know it's going to be packed. I'm sure the stars are coming out tonight, so if you're not there, you need to get somewhere and park your car because traffic is going to be bad.
I just got a text. They want me to come.
They do?
Yeah. So
you
they
sure came from the right person.
Y'all didn't get a text?
Who sent you that text?
Who sent you
I thought it was for the morning show.
That was from Black Tony.
No.
Anyway, on to the next story, Brett.
I don't know.
So I'll be there tonight. I'll tell y'all about it tomorrow.
Well, this is interesting, y'all, this last story. R. Kelly is asking the United States Supreme Court to throw out his convictions for possession of child porn and inducing minors to have sex.
Oh, wow.
Claiming his alleged acts occurred decades ago, and the charges were therefore barred in the statute of limitations. Here's the deal. When R. Kelly was accused in 2020 of possessing child pornography and engaging in sexual acts with underage girls way back in the mid-late 1990s, he argued the statute of limitations had already run its course. But prosecutors argued a 2003 law called the PROTECT Act made the statute of limitations indefinite for child sex crimes. Basically, Kelly's attorneys argued that because the conduct for which Kelly is now serving time for occurred in the 90s, the PROTECT Act wasn't passed until 2003. So the Act's expanded statute of limitation does not apply to the charges against him. The PROTECT Act extends the statute of limitations indefinitely for alleged crimes committed after the law went into effect in 2003, but Congress specifically did not include a clause allowing the law to be applied to alleged conduct committed before 2003. If you recall, he was convicted of 6 of 13 counts back in 2020 and received a 20-year sentence and was ordered to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages to his alleged victims. Y'all got any comment about that?
He should have listened to his mind. It was telling him no.
My mind was telling me no.
This is Mark Morial, and this is today's State of Black America on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Last week in New Orleans, the National Urban League held its 114th anniversary conference. It was outstanding. Thanks to Cheryl Underwood, Michael Eric Dyson, 6 Black Miss Americas, Leslie Odom, Ben Crump, Melanie Campbell, Swing Cash, the New Orleans Four, Damon Hewitt, Yellow Payne, Juvenile, and Manny Fresh, among many others. We had an incredible purpose with the party. I want to thank New Orleans. I want to thank the Urban League movement for an incredible civil rights gathering. We think when we finish our count, there may have been as many as 20 to 25,000 people participating, both live and in person. So if you want to continue to see what occurred in New Orleans, go to NUL.org as the virtual tapings are available to you. Later today, I'll be in Austin, Texas for the 60th anniversary celebration of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. President Biden is participating, and it'll take place at the LBJ Library. The legendary Texas president of the United States from Texas, LBJ, signed that bill in July of 1964. And this is an important marker, especially at a time when there are those trying to push back against the gains, the hard-fought work of the civil rights era. It is embodied in this despicable, diabolical Project 2025, which all of you should learn more about. It's the manifesto. It's the plan that the Trump administration plans to implement should they regain the White House. Black America, you should know about Project 2025. All of America should know about Project 2025. It is harmful, it is divisive, it is hateful, and it reminds me of the Southern Manifesto of the 1950s. We've got to stop and, yes, destroy Project 2025 because its ideas are un-American and undemocratic. This is Mark Morial, and this is the State of Black America on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Follow me on all social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and X. And I'll see you next week on the radio. And that's at Mark Morial and at Nat Urban League. Take good care. Have a great week.